She saved over 2,000 soldiers and never took credit. When the bombs first fell on Poland in 1939, Irena Gut was only 17 years old, a bright, hopeful girl who had just begun her studies in medicine and nursing. Like many young Polish women, she had no time to prepare for what came next. The Nazis stormed in, life shattered. She was captured by German forces and forced into hard labor at a munitions factory. Her dreams of being a nurse disappeared under the weight of war. But even in captivity, Irena held on to one thing: compassion. She helped the sick prisoners. She tore parts of her clothing to make bandages. She shared what little food she could. Later, the Nazis reassigned her not as a prisoner but as a housekeeper for a high-ranking German officer, Major Edward. In the city of Tarnopol, it was here that Irena's quiet rebellion began. The secret beneath the floor in that spacious villa, as she swept floors and washed dishes, Irena made a shocking decision. She began hiding 12 Jewish people in the basement of the very Nazi officer's home. Yes, right under his feet. Every day she risked everything. She brought them scraps of food, medicine, water. She even taught the younger ones to read by candlelight. When hosted dinner parties or inspections, Irena would play loud music to cover the sounds from below or make clumsy mistakes to draw attention away. The fear was constant. One wrong noise, one flicker of candlelight, one creaking floorboard, and they would all be dead. These weren't official hospitals, she once wrote in her diary. Fear became my heartbeat. But saving them, that became my soul. Nursing the forgotten. But Irena didn't stop there. Outside the villa, she began secretly helping underground field hospitals. They were hidden homes, basements, cellars, where wounded soldiers, Polish, Jewish, even Soviet escapees were brought in total secrecy, with no formal training beyond her early schooling. Irena became a nurse in the shadows. She stitched wounds by lantern light. She delivered babies in silence so patrols wouldn't hear. She performed CPR on frostbitten soldiers pulled from snowbanks. And she never asked who they fought for, only if they were in pain. By the end of the war, it is believed she assisted more than 2,000 wounded souls, not counting the ones she saved from starvation and cold. But I saved lives. And that is what I remember. Statues were built, leaders were honored. The price of mercy eventually, Major discovered her secret, but instead of executing her, which would have been the law, he offered her a deal: become his mistress, and he would spare the hidden Jews. She was 19 years old. And in the late 1980s, they found her living quietly in the United States, working as a nurse. Still healing others, terrified but determined, Irena accepted, not for herself, but to protect the 12 souls still hiding beneath the house. Her body became the price of their lives, a choice no one should have to make, yet one she carried without hatred. She later said, "I lost my youth to war." After the war, silence. When the war ended, the world celebrated victory, but Irena Gut simply disappeared into ordinary life. She never sought medals. She never told her full story, not even to her own daughter. For decades, the people she saved searched for her. In 1982, she was named righteous among the nations by Yad Vashem in Israel. Only then did the world begin to realize this young Polish girl had outwitted a Nazi officer, saved 12 Jews, and aided thousands of the wounded, and never once asked for applause. Her legacy. Irena Gut passed away in 2003. You know her name, but in Poland, in Israel, in hospital halls and hidden attics, her story whispers like a quiet flame that refuses to go out. In a world that chose silence, she chose to act. In a war that glorified violence, she chose mercy, and in a time where every choice could mean death, she chose to save life. Again and again, when you see something wrong, you can look away. Or you can say, "Not this time, Irena Gut."